All right, what's up, guys? So this is day two of the Adobe Premiere training. You should have something in your timeline where you're sequencing your videos, putting together all sorts of creative ways to make it go slow-mo, fast-mo, quick, reverse, all these different things down here, being super creative. Make sure you're doing that. The first thing I want to address is the toolbar right here. So I didn't address that in the last video. So that toolbar can be in different places and it can be different sizes and stuff, but it's kind of like in Photoshop. These are your tools to use. The majority of the time, you should be on the selection tool. Okay, so some of you called me over and your screen looks like this or something, your cursor looks like this, and you're like, Carlo, what's going on? Okay, it's just the selection tool you need to be on. The only other tool I use other than the selection tool, and this might not be a good thing, this is what I'm used to, is the razor tool. The razor tool does exactly what it says. It just is a razor to cut clips. So say you have this clip right here and you want to cut it in half and make it 2 clips, you can cut it right there, cut it right there. You can make it 3 clips, 4 clips, and then you can go back to your selector tool and drag this one here and this one down there or whatever it is. Okay, so I'm going to press Control-Z and get all that back. So the razor tool will cut any clip. As many times as you want. So just remember that. I'm going to go back to my selector tool. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how to import music. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is find music that you want. Okay, so in Google Classroom, there's going to be these two links, add this utility frame and royalty-free music. These are both just free resources for uncopyrighted music online that you can use. Okay, and if you search free video music or free audio for video or something like that, you can probably find 100 more different sites. These are just two that I found quickly. So I'm going to click on this one. Sorry, I have the sniffles. I have these dang allergies. But I'm going to go here, and then you can browse through like recently added, shooting stars, whatever those are. Okay, but I like to go to genres, and then you can pick from genres. So let's go to hip hop, just because I know all of you are probably going to go there. This guy Young Carts makes quite a few songs on here, so we can preview. Just press play right here, and it'll preview some of his stuff. Can't hear it. I wonder if it's because I'm recording right now. That's unfortunate if I can't hear it. Let me see. Okay, so I can't hear it. I think it's because I'm recording. It won't play through the speakers. So anyway, you can play any of these and preview those. Okay, when you find one that you want that kind of fits the vibe of your video, then you're going to download it. Understand that your music is going to set the vibe for the entire video. So if you choose country, if you choose classical, if you choose hip hop, if you choose rock, imagine how much different those vibes for the video are going to be, right? So just keep that in mind. Whatever vibe you're going for, you need to align that with the music. So once you're ready, say I really like this one called Pull Up. Um, I'm going to click on this arrow right here, which is download. Get out of here. This is download. So I'm going to click on that. Bruh. Are you kidding me? I don't know what's going on here. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's try. Oh my gosh. Let's just try this one. Celebrate. Sounds like a real slap. All right, I'm gonna click that, and that one's not working either. Okay, I'm not sure what is going on here, but hopefully yours works and it will download. Let's try the other site that I gave you, royalty-free music. Here's a summer one. I'm sure this one is. Let's see if that one. Oh, it plays. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. So say we're gonna use that one. I'm gonna press download. Maybe the other site just isn't working. So if you're getting that, just try a different site. I'm gonna press download. Um, I'm gonna press download on the Creative Commons. It's gonna pop up right here. I'm gonna press exit. Okay. So yours is gonna pop up right here as well. Once this is done downloading, the process to get the audio in is the exact same process as getting the video in. Okay, so now once it's here, this is what you must do. Okay, you must press this arrow and say show in folder. It's going to show you it in the folder. You're going to drag that to your Z drive. If you do not save this audio to your Z drive, it will not be there tomorrow and you're going to be really sad. You're going to do all sorts of editing today and it's not going to be there. So you have to save whatever audio you download to your Z drive. Do that right now. Triple check. Okay, I'm just going to save mine to my desktop. Okay, I'm gonna click and drag that to my desktop, and I'm solid. Okay, so now, like I said, adding audio is the exact same as adding video. So I'm gonna double click in here in this blank space. If you don't have a blank space right here, so like if yours looks like this and there's no blank space, just drag this out as far as you can until you can find a blank space. You'll be able to at some point. I messed mine up. Let's see if I go back to right there, and I'm going to double click in there, and then I'm going to go to desktop, and then I'm going to go to my audio and press open. Sweet. Where did my timeline go? Oh, it's right there. So now I have my audio there, and then now I can just click and drag this directly over. Okay. Now, what you want to do with your music is you don't want to time the clips to the beat every single clip, but it does make it cool when every once in a while, if there's like a big beat drop or something like that, you time the clips with the beat. Okay. So I'm going to press spacebar. Oh, yeah. Ooh, I didn't even do that on purpose. Okay. I don't like how that one starts at the bottom. So, but did you notice how it switched perfectly on beat right here? Boom, 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 boom. And then right there, I'm going to have it switch again. Watch how it's going to hit the beat. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then at that beat drop. Okay, so I pressed pause right when that was about to hit. Now I'm going to grab my razor tool and I'm going to cut that. And then I'm going to click on that. I might use that part later, so I'm going to drag that over. I'm going to go back in here and get like, let's try this one. And then I'll drag, oh, I don't want the audio. I'm going to drag that over. And then I'm going to right click. Well, no, I told you guys Control R, and I'm going to go like 500, press OK. Okay, so now let's look at what that looks like. Oh yeah, big vibe. Big vibe. Okay, so that's the stuff I like to see. Not on every beat it's changing, just every once in a while when there's big drops and whatnot. So continue to sequence your video doing that. Okay, when you get to the end of your audio, so say it was just going to end right there. Okay, it was like the shortest video of all time. But see how my audio keeps going? We need to end my audio as well. So I'm just going to grab the razor tool and I'm going to cut my audio. And then I'm going to get rid of that end spot. Now, if I play it though, it just ends super abruptly. So I'm going to add a fade out to the audio, which is super easy. You go to effects. And then over here on the right side, okay, it's just taking a while. You're going to go to effects, and right where you add in video transitions, there's also audio transitions. So I'm going to go to audio transitions, and then the only option is crossfade. Under crossfade, there's exponential fade. Drag exponential fade to the end of that. It places it, and now it'll fade out. Much better. Okay, so that's how to fade out the audio. You can also fade it in. You can drag that to the beginning if you want as well, and that works too. Okay, so that is how you add audio. I want you guys to get creative with the audio and really set off a good vibe with your edit. Okay, the other thing that I want to show you is just like how to zoom in and how to rotate and stuff. So say I want, for some reason, I want this eagle clip upside down. Okay, so I'm going to click on that clip so it's white. And then if you go under effect controls over here, this is where you can change different things. So like if I click these arrows next to opacity and motion, I get all of these different effects. Okay, so I'm not really going to mess with opacity, but if I want to rotate, I simply just click and drag this 0, 0, and it rotates it for me. Okay, and if I want it perfect, I can also, so it's going to be 180 degrees is perfect. So I'm just going to double click in there, say 180, enter, and it puts it exactly at 180. Okay, so that's just, I'm just getting weird and creative, right? So I could like split, I could like split this with the razor tool like down the middle and then go to the second clip and then make that one just at 0 so that now it's like, this is just me being weird. I don't know what it's going to look like, but let's see. See, that's the stuff I like to see. Like it's just different and weird. You can also like change the zoom on these. Okay, so if I wanted to like zoom a clip, I'm gonna cut the end of this and then make this last part, this clip right here, zoom. So I'm just gonna take the scale and I'm gonna drag that over, and then I'm gonna drag the position over and then the position up. Okay, so now I'm just getting weird. I don't know what it's gonna look like. Press spacebar. Okay, so that's the stuff I'm looking for. Just get weird and creative. That's under effect controls. Okay, last thing I want to show you is adding text. So you can add text with the text tool right here. You just click on it and then click into the screen, and it's going to start allowing you to add text. But when you add titles and stuff, Premiere doesn't have a ton of awesome text tools. We know how to use Photoshop, so I prefer you guys use Photoshop. So I created this in Photoshop, just super quick. I want you to create this in Photoshop, something similar, created by Nick Carlisle or whatever you want to say. Doesn't have to say Welcome to Del Oro High School. Okay, now we need to save it as a transparent image so we can place it over our video. Okay, so to make it transparent, I'm going to hide the background. Okay, now I have those checkers. I'm going to go File, Save As. I'm going to save it as a PNG, okay, because we save transparency. I'm going to say title, butter. Some student had me make this logo for him because he wanted me to make, or he wants to start a snowboarding brand. Shout out Sean. So I'm going to press save and OK. So now I have that transparent file there of my text. I'm going to go back into here, double click, go to my desktop, find that. Did I save it to my desktop? Bruh. That was an L. Hold on one second. File, save as, desktop, PNG. We'll just call it Untitled 2. Okay, now back into Premiere. Double click in there. There it is. Open. Now I'm going to drag this over. Maybe, so see how it's a graphic? And then now that graphic pops up wherever, however long I have it. Okay, so I don't like it at the beginning. Maybe I'll do it over this weird portion. Okay, but notice how it's too big. You can't really read it. So all I do is I just grab my selection tool. I double click like in the letter. See right there, double click, and then this little target pops up. And then I need to just move it until I can see a corner and then drag that corner down. And then I'm going to put it right there and then press enter and then play. Let's see. I'll make it go a little bit with that. Maybe I'll put it right there actually. Oh yeah, that's a big vibe. Okay, so that's the stuff that I'm expecting you guys to do. If you're gonna add subtitles and stuff, this is the best text tool to use. But for titles and big words and stuff like that that you want to show up, I would use Photoshop. I want you to use Photoshop because I think that's important. So make sure that you are saving, and then I will put together another video showing you how to export as well. I'm trying to think. Also, I want to show you one more thing. I'm sorry. I know that I told you that last time, but there's a way to put filters over everything to make your videos even cooler. So this folded piece of paper right here is a new item. Okay. New item. I'm going to say new adjustment layer. Okay. So I'm going to click that and say adjustment layer and then just say okay with what it gives you. Okay. Right here, it gives me this adjustment layer. It looks like a video, but it's not. I'm going to click and drag that adjustment layer over the top of everything that I've created. So this is kind of like the last step when you're done sequencing everything and everything looks super solid. Okay. This is your last step. So now I'm going to whatever I put on this adjustment layer is going to affect everything below it. So I'm going to click on this adjustment layer and then I'm going to go to color, and then under creative right here, there's a look, and all of these are different presets, okay, that are different filters for your guys' footage. Okay, so like let's try blue steel. Okay, that's kind of weird looking. Kodak. Okay, that one is kind of like vintage, washed out looking. Let's see what that one looks like. Oh, it's lagging. I kind of like the feel of this one. Okay, so you guys can scroll through all of these and figure out which one you like. You can also mess with a lot of the settings right there, and you can get pretty cool results from just messing with that. So I just put a filter on top of that, and whatever you put on this adjustment layer is going to affect what's below it. Also, something I haven't showed you. I know I'm rambling. Go to effects, and there's different video effects. I never use these video effects really, but just know that there are a bunch right here that you can mess with. Like I don't even know what these does, but what these do. But if you go in and just like, let's see, stylize, alpha glow. I don't even know what this is, but let's see what it does. I'm gonna put it on top of this first clip, and let's see the alpha. It'll show up over here in your effect controls, and then you can change like the effects of it. Let's see. Is it alpha glowing? I don't even know if it's alpha glowing. I don't know. So you can just mess with like a lot of those effects over here if you want to. But that is pretty much it. When you are done finalizing and messing with that, then you are done. All right. Thanks, young hooligans.